Have you missed politics?
I have, I love it, and I was the member of Parliament for 5 years, and it really does. I mean, if you're in it, as I think most MPs are, that for the right reasons, which is about trying to change lives and make a difference, then you do really miss that opportunity to deliver that real change that you can in local communities.
But you've missed all the excitement. You missed the whole Brexit discussion. So what did you vote in the referendum?
I voted Remain in the referendum. I did want a reformed EU, and I didn't feel that was completely there as an option, but I still felt it was right to vote Remain for geopolitical reasons, for economic reasons. And but now that we are where we are, we've got the result of the referendum. I think it's really important that we all really try and get the best deal possible for Britain as part of the EU negotiations.
You're a party loyalist. Your voting record is that you vote with the government. So supposing there is a Conservative government, supposing they come with a deal and it's the best that they can do, it may be a hard Brexit, it may be no deal. I imagine that you will support it. Will you support whatever they come up with?
Well, I'm always a great believer in that you can influence anything. So, for example, in the last 2 years, I've been out with David Davis, the Secretary of State for the Department for exiting the EU, talking to people in businesses and organisations about what deal is right for Britain and listening to people's concerns, understandably, the challenges, but also what the opportunities are. But so I've already been part of those discussions, and I would absolutely want to, continue to do that. I mean, that's why I think in West London we need a really good, strong voice who can influence government, who can work with government, and try and get the best deal for us right here.
So, if you had been in Parliament, would you have voted to trigger Article 50?
I think it was really important that we followed what the country had asked for. We had a referendum, and as much as I voted Remain and I voted on the other side, I really do think that we had to listen to what the people said. That's democracy, and follow it through. And that's what the Prime Minister has done. So in a way, I'm in a similar place to her. She voted Remain, and then she has had to absolutely do what the people have asked. And that is where I think, over the years, people have sort of got really disaffected with politics and politicians because we're not listening enough.
So you would have backed that? You would have?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important to do what the country asked for and then follow it through and deliver on it.
And what about EU nationals? Because it's vastly unfair on them. Their lives are on hold. They don't know whether to get married, to buy a house, to move job. All these major life decisions are on hold because they don't know their future. They can't plan ahead. Do you think that should have been sorted before the negotiations started? Would you have voted to guarantee that they could stay?
Having been in discussions with David Davis and hearing people and organisations and different sectors saying how important skills are to Britain, I think that will be a key thing that he'll be negotiating on really, really early. Because, as far as I'm concerned, I want the people we need here to stay. If you look at so many different sectors, we're dependent on the talent that's in this country.
Absolutely. Chiswick absolutely runs on European nationals running all the restaurants.
I really understand that, but it has to be part of a negotiation. So I think, as far as, not that they have told me their negotiation strategy, but I do think that that'll be part of one of the key first things they try and do, because they understand this is a personal thing. This is, they're human beings who are trying to plan their lives. They want stability in their lives too. And I have confidence that we will get that, because there's many Brits across Europe at the same time. So I think that will be part of the negotiation, but they can't pre-propose negotiation. That will be part of one of the cards that they put on the table.
This is a slightly odd election because it's totally overshadowed by Brexit, but people still care about health, education, transport, Heathrow, whatever. What are the main issues do you think that people will vote on in this election?
You're right, on the Brexit side that will be part of it. I think it will also be about leadership. So it will be about, do people really want strong, secure, stable leadership?
Somehow I knew you were going to use those words.
but it's true. I think we need a serious politician for serious times to lead this country. I think Theresa May absolutely does that. And then we've got this sort of chaos of coalition under Labour. So for me, there's leadership. Who do we really want to lead this country through these negotiations? And I have complete trust in Theresa. I also think at a national level, people will look beyond that and say, right, what is it, do they stand for, and will they do what I want? And then at a local level, I think people still sort of look locally and go, is my MP or is my hopefully sort of candidates, are they visible, vocal, responsive? Do they actually care about community issues? Are they fighting on my behalf? Are they sorting the things that are right outside my doorstep and making a difference to my life?